Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wiggenweld Potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld Potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld Potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous. I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippin's, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
Professor Sharp.
Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an Auror. I wish he'd...
Fine job brewing your first Wiggenweld potion. But there are many
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
Yes, but why does that matter to you?
Brilliant! And it matters because you can be a part of something truly creative. You remember me, don't you? Gareth Weasley.
Ah, yes. We met in the common room.
Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I don't know, Gareth. I don't want to get on Sharp's bad side.
You won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Sharp won't even miss it.
Very well. I'll bring you a Fwooper feather.
Brilliant! Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Your potion should not...
Revelio.
A wizard always has a few potions...
I was impressed that you were able to answer Professor Sharp's question about the Wiggenweld potion.
Oh, you're the new student. And I've never seen anyone brew such a flawless Wiggenweld potion on their first try.
Professor Sharp didn't seem as impressed as you are.
Don't take it personally, Professor. And in gobbledygook. A fascinating language, by the way. Neither here. Merlin's beard, good conversation is the enemy of free time. I must return my book. Speaking of stars, we'll be in astronomy together. You'll...
Here's the Fwooper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you! This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Edurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Proficiency in potions are two things that cannot be rushed. Have patience and be thorough.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and... That's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to... Ah!
Get it!
Dragon time! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor, again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
Revelio.
I brewed an Edurus potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all. I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
That was an interesting class.
Thanks to you. Wasn't precisely what I had in mind, but it was still brilliant. I appreciate your help. I hope Sharp wasn't too disagreeable when you handed in your potion. Heard him talking about taking responsibility.
Professor Sharp was annoyed, but we sorted it out. No harm.
Cheers to that. He probably had a good chuckle after we left. Sharp may seem gruff, but I'd bet a few galleons he blew up a potion or two in his day. Best be off. Next time we talk, I promise, fewer explosions.
No. Was it 2 pinches of Angelica or 3?
Don't fret if you run out of ingredients. I simply grow most of what I need.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's Gobstones. Accio! Well, that's one of Zenobia's Gobstones. I hardly see what all the fuss is about.
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they brilliant?
Hello, Nellie. You seem excited about something. The what keys?
The Daedalian keys. Surely you've seen... Rumour is that a former headmistress, Professor Moll, conjured them to protect the contents of... Professor Black couldn't be bothered to disenchant the keys. You should try to catch one.
Why would I do that?
Each key will lead you to a locked cabinet somewhere. If you can manage to get the key into the cabinet lock, not any...
Perhaps I'll give it a go.
I hope you follow a few keys at least. If you manage to open a cabinet, I'd love to know what you find, if anything.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's Gobstones. Repairing.
I find its location. And then the werewolves join the goblins.
Revelio.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752?
The Minister for Magic is Albert.
Revelio.
What have you learned?
Hello, Arthur. What was it we were going to do?
We were each going to follow a Hogwarts treasure map. I'd suggest you start
Hello, Arthur.
We were each going to follow a Hogwarts treasure map. I'd suggest you start looking near the defense...
Revelio. Lumos. Accio. Levioso. Revelio.
Off on another adventure, are we?
A Daedalian. I wonder where it might lead me.
Have you ever had a cauldron leaf?
Revelio.
One morning, I was staring.
Lumos.
I was swimming in Wolfsbane potion. Sharp almost threw his wand at me, I swear. Turned out I just spilled my flask. Wasn't my fault.
Revelio. Lumos. Accio. Levioso. Revelio. Lumos. Reparo. Lumos.
Oh, do that.
Revelio. Accio. There's the cabinet. How do I get this key in there? Yes. An old coin. Perhaps Nellie knows what it means.
I don't see why people fuss so much
It's a
about it.
relief to finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's Gobstones.
Were you able to follow one of the Daedalian keys?
Hello, Nellie. I managed to get a Daedalian.
Brilliant. What did you find in the cap?
A curious token.
Looks like a Gryffindor house token. I call them house chests. I've seen the one in our common room and heard there are also in the other common rooms. I do hope you continue on. For so much effort, the prize must be something grand.
I should see this through and find the Gryffindor house chest. This must be my house. Seems I'll need to find more house tokens if I'm to open this. Quite a few by the look of it.
My sister wrecked my diary. Oh, it's slightly unfair that my mother won't let